My favorite Lana Del Rey song is the one where she goes, ow, ow, ow. You know Lana Del Rey is already. I'm not really going to introduce her at this point. She's had a handful of albums: Born to Die, Honeymoon, Ultraviolence. I struggle to see the appeal to her, to be honest. I don't really get Lana Del Rey, so this review probably will come across as a bit biased, but then again, it's that many albums in, but that by now that like it's enough for you to kind of decide your opinion on an artist, and Lana Del Rey hasn't offered much at this point. The progression that Lana Del Rey has seen over the years is so minimal, like it's so minute, like she hasn't changed at all from album to album, like it's so unbelievable that she's just kept at this sound and not changed up yet, because she's pretty much writing the same song every time, over and over again. I feel like there's sort of potential there with Lana Del Rey. Like, I think she could one day make a decent album, but she never really seems to get anywhere near decent at all. Like, I'm bored of the like fetishization. That's the word of the old things that come from like decades ago. Like she has a track White Mustang. Mustang's a very classical car that, was featured in old films, and it was considered like the best car of like, back in like 4 decades ago that was, and like she's still like singing about it. And I feel like that song's just a metaphor for like a dick, to be honest. But maybe I'm reaching there. I don't know. But then there's also the track like Coachella Woodstock or whatever it's called. Like Woodstock again. Like, are you Joni Mitchell? No, you're not Joni Mitchell. Why are you talking about Woodstock? That was like again 4 decades ago. Why are you I can't say that word. Fetishizing things from then. And why does she ruin her songs with even more stupid shit like Playboy Carti? I mean, why would you feature him going in the background? Would? Like, it's just so random and stupid. And then Cherry, which I thought was an okay song. Like, it had a really nice vocal melody, which is not something I compliment Lana Del Rey on much. But then in the background of this song, she keeps saying, bitch. Like it just comes out of nowhere. Like, she's like, bitch. And why are you saying that? Like, what are you doing? Bitch. What are you doing, Lana Del Rey? Seriously, just like, ah, one thing I really hate is when like someone in music is so like on the opposite end of what edgy is considered, then tries to be edgy. Like she quite often on this album will say like fucking and like it's like you're trying so hard to be this rebel. Like I feel like she's just like one of those people that just think they're rebellious because they swear every now and then, and they don't conform to social norms. Like she's not making pop songs, so she thinks she's some kind of rebel, and it's like, no, you're not at all. And it's depressing because I can't even defend the Stevie Nicks feature on this album. The way she comes into a verse is so weird. She goes, blue is the color of the metal. And then you can even tell that she's trying so hard to be kind of like, edgy by getting the hip hop crowd into her album by featuring ASAP Rocky as well on Groupie Love. And I think he's on Summer Bummer too. And both of those songs, like why would Lana Del Rey think that singing over a trap beat is something that plays to her strengths? I mean, I suppose she's at least trying something a little different, but this is the wrong direction. Bitch. I think, to be quite honest, there are just so many artists out there that have already succeeded at this, but they haven't like tried so hard like Lana Del Rey has. Like I feel like she's always trying so hard, whereas like you could listen to old albums from Mazzy Star, you could listen to Beach House, their entire discography really, the new Japanese Breakfast album, Julia Holter. Like all of these artists sound effortless when they're doing that style, like that kind of like syrupy, whispery vocal sort of thing over like smooth beats, that create an atmosphere that always like stick with you, whereas Lana Del Rey doesn't ever seem to stick the landing. I know I've barely talked about like the majority of these songs because, this is an hour and 10 minutes, an hour and 10 minutes of this. And to be quite honest, again, like the tracks don't change up that much from each song. Like they're pretty much like flowing into one another without you really noticing any differences. Like every now and then there's something slightly different that you notice, but it's usually just like a really annoying lyric that Lana Del Rey comes out with, or just some kind of bland moment that you just want to be over really quickly. Because some of these songs go on for like 5 and 6 minutes. It's like, why? This is just too long. I know I'm probably not the target demographic for Lana Del Rey, but you know, an artist as popular as Lana Del Rey isn't like shielded from criticism. Anyone can criticize her music because she's not making particularly good music. So that's pretty much it. That's all I can say with this album. I'm gonna give it an E. It's bad. It's just not listenable for me. I can't stand this at all. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Blue is the color. If you like this review, make sure you subscribe. If you hate this review, make sure you dislike the video, because I'm sure you probably did if you're a Lana Del Rey fan, and have a good day.